Oh, Dan is here. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it.
I'm just here to tell you we don't need pipe and drape. That's all.
Oh, I don't think Lee would take that very well, but I will pass it on.
It doesn't fit. How about that? We'll just say it
Well,
doesn't fit.
we had to make sure it would fit because it's like a 12-foot ceiling or something, and I think ours go down to 10 feet.
Yeah.
It almost didn't.
Maybe we only need. How are we gonna do a screen?
We'll hang it from the very top or put it on its legs.
Yeah, but if you hang it from the top, like how long is it? Like how it's about 8 feet, 7 feet, so it'll go like down to the floor.
Yeah, which is fine because on the slides I can put the text at the very top, so it's above everybody's heads on stage.
It'll just be you'll have to move all the drums and stuff like that.
No, think about no. You remember when we had the video wall?
Yeah.
People stood in front of the video wall, and it almost acted like a backdrop or something.
Mm.
Actually, Lee wants to put up extra piping drape tomorrow.
What?
Really?
Well, yeah, because we went back and forth about what orientation to put the room in, and his big thing is if someone comes in late, they shouldn't come in essentially from behind the stage where everybody can see them, or if you have to leave to go to the bathroom, you don't want to walk in front of the entire audience to get out. So I'll show you what with pictures here in a minute. Well, I'll give people a couple of minutes, see if they want to come on. But the idea, because what I'm gonna the orientation I'm thinking about, that would be a problem. So we would use some of our pipe and drape to kind of create a passageway to the left side of the audience so people could come in and out without having to be seen. That makes sense?
Not really, but
you'll see. I took some pictures. I superimposed some shapes in Word.
You probably only need to set up. You probably only need to set up those speakers. You probably don't even need woofers.
Well, we do need woofers because we're trying to keep everything the same with the instruments, but we're not going to do 4 of them. We're going to do 2 subs and 2 of the speakers. So
yeah.
Oh, is this Rich? Oh, Rich is coming. Richie Rich. Come on, Rich. Well, I just called Lee. I was like, hey, are we going to have heat tomorrow, actually? And he thinks that we will because it's going to be butt cold tomorrow. It's going to be like 40 degrees at 9 a.m. So it's going to be... And the best part about this is what it's what me and Bo have talked about already. So we'll wait on that.
Yeah.
We'll wait to...
So how far from purchasing our own building are we?
Maybe a little bit closer after today or after tomorrow.
Say how much does that get pushed to the front of the line?
Why would it be closer?
Oh, I don't know. I'm having to deal with Northgate's crap.
Oh.
I mean, they're awesome, but this is completely their fault, not telling us until like yesterday. Rich, have you talked to Lee about any of this?
I just talked to him today. I just got in yesterday afternoon, so
okay.
I talked to him today.
Gotcha. Okay, well, we will actually get started because this is all being recorded, and I'll just post it on YouTube later for Doug.
I don't want to be recorded.
I'm sorry, man. We've
Does
got a
not give us
really
the
good
tip.
I
angle.
refuse. I refuse to be recorded.
Whose elbow is that?
It's Melissa's.
All right.
I'm cuddling. We're cuddling on the couch while
All right. Well,
I may have to go off camera if I start smooching her.
yeah, keep it.
You might want to mute too.
Keep it PG rated, G rated,
Right.
even better. Okay, so basically the our gym is not available tomorrow because there's some big marching band competition and the color guard is going to be in there twirling their flags. Okay, so the big gym is either not available because they're using it for marching band or they're redoing the floor or some nonsense. And they're trying to get school schedules are very complicated. So it's difficult to do these sort of things when the school is not in session, or even when it's not in session, these athletic teams are still doing their thing. So anyways, we got pushed out of our gym and into the cafeteria in that same building. So it's this thing here. Let me share my screen. Boop.
Is the marching band going to be playing in the gym while we're having church?
I'm not sure of the schedule, but possibly. It's not the marching band though, it's the color guard. So they would have like a little
like a speaker system
on wheels or something like that. Hopefully it wouldn't be too loud. We would give them trouble during the music before they gave us trouble. The problem with that is during the message, will we hear anything? I don't know. Maybe Bo can turn up Reese really, really loud. All right, how do I? Oh, here we go. Share screen.
And then you just select content from where you want to share it from.
Rich, did you just get back from Wales?
Yesterday, yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you guys play golf over there?
Did it what?
Did you play golf?
No. We did go to a Welsh rugby match, which was kind of that was amazing, really. So.
All right, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, sorry to interrupt there. So this is the cafeteria, and it used to be there was a wall right here.
Oh, the cameras are not on right now. Anyway, they're looking at a picture.
The now it's all open. So basically, the last thing I've gotten to so far is, hold on, where is it? Is setting up like this. So behind me, if you go this way is our gym.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the stage would be, there's a big recessed area in the ceiling right here. The stage would be pretty much under that area in front of me. It looks like the stage is in back of me. It's right here. But can I not zoom? Okay, guess I can't zoom in it.
Why are you putting the stage that way? Like, why don't you just put it down to where all those chairs are back there?
Well, here's the other problem. We can't get our video case or our audio case in any of those doors. So Bo would have to stand outside, or at least the
From the office.
where's he would have to stand over here because the audio would be outside those doors. So
he can wear a coat. I'm just
well, by that time, I mean, by the time you get through rehearsal and stuff, you sometimes in you set your levels for the song. Unless you need to do something, close the door, come back into
Yeah.
the.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is what I'm thinking about for now. And basically the same exact way we do everything. Projector in the back, screen right here, pipe and drape off to the sides. For, let me get out of this. For the pipe and drape, he wants to keep putting pipe and drape down the side here.
Mhm.
So people can enter and exit without being in view of the audience, if that makes sense. So that would continue on down. That's not a good placement for it, but it would.
We don't.
So that was one
On
of
the
my
rack,
questions.
there's only I think there's only one more, two at the most.
And are they
More
fully
than what we put
extended
up.
usually?
We extend it to, I don't think you want it any more extended, just because the weight of the drapes
Yeah.
on
Well,
that. So they're like 10 feet.
but normally you have two sections on each side of the
Right.
screen, right?
Right. That's right.
So we may just need to put one section on each side of the screen and then put the other two.
Where are people going to come in at? Like, are they going to come in from?
They would come in from this blue line, I guess, because
Well, why
we-
couldn't you just take this stage, like your second pole, and bring it back against the wall, so no one could see behind the stage?
well, it's not about blocking the stage. It's about providing a place where people can walk in and out of the service during the service without being seen. So this is still kind of being formulated in my head. The biggest thing is there's so much stuff. Like, I mean, when we realized that we couldn't bring the stinking audio stuff in, it was not awesome. But anyhow, so the audience would be sitting out here. The stage would be, or the band and everything would be in the front of the screen. We probably wouldn't need to put both pieces of carpet out. I don't know. I'm gonna get there earlier than you guys and figure some of this stuff out. But we're gonna try to set it up as usual, and drum set and everything. The biggest thing I've been talking to Bo about is the reverberant space. That this is going to be way more problematic than the gym we're in. So
I actually think we should just ditch the drums and everything and pull out the Brian, the pianist, and get you on that, because we haven't heard that before. And at your birthday party, I heard you're like the best pianist they've ever
a lot of
played
people were
with.
saying that. Yeah, it was, the bar was being really raised high, actually.
So I'm like, we need to hear Brian. This would be a good
Well,
good
we
week
did
to do that.
but the problem is I don't love singing solos, so you'd have to recruit a singer. We did talk about the acoustic thing. The problem is Joe Stanley is here doing worship, and so they've already practiced and rehearsed like their normal way. So we were just trying to keep everything the same, and it actually does work out well for us, because if we just nixed the band and they just sang with like a backing track, me or Bo would have to run it, which creates a whole nother set of issues. So it actually keeps things normal and helps in that way simplify it by just attempting to get the band set up as usual. The biggest risk with that is just making sure we get power to the stage and to the speakers and the projectors in a good way, that we're not going to flip any breakers. So I think that can be done. There's a lot of power in this area. Whether or not it's on separate circuits, I don't know. The list of circuits on the circuit board is quite extensive, Bo. There's like,
Okay.
there's like 20 receptacle breakers.
Right.
So I'm thinking most of these are on different breakers because you've got like 8 soda machines in this area. So those things have to be on their own
Yeah.
circuit,
Yeah, I fit that much off of those. Yeah, for sure.
Obviously we
Yeah,
wouldn't share with
if
them.
they've got that many, yeah, so if they've got that many isolated breakers in the panel itself, even if they're just 15 or well, they may have 20s, but yeah, we'll have. Yeah,
Well, all the outlets are 20s. Whether or not the circuits are 20s, I don't know. All the outlets are 20s though.
Okay.
So anyhow, we will have to put the projector on one of those speaker stands like we used to over in the gym. It's like you just have, but I'll probably take care of that part, but it'll be the same sort of format, projector behind the screen sort of deal.
You mark it off. Is there enough room? Like there's how much
Yeah,
we need? 15 feet.
16. Yeah, I counted it off.
16.
There are some windows. The other side over here by the projector looks pretty much like this blue circled side. So there is some light back there but that side of the building has covered walkways and stuff. So it's actually in the shade over there. So that's good. Pretty much the same thing will happen as far as the snakes going around. We can take them around that far side of the room. And I'm not sure where we'll be getting power. I'll figure that out myself. And I'll mark off. I'll show you where the subs and the speakers go. We're only using 2 speakers and 2 subs.
Mhm.
Our kind of one band-aid to help deal with the reverberant space is just to run our levels probably a little lower than everyone's used to.
Mhm.
You can either do that or run them really, really, really hot to get it higher than the sound of the echo. So we'll just have to see, but we'll need to
What
get
about any additional, or did you make up your mind yet on the lighting?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that yet. If the problem is all our stuff is still over on the other end of the building. So, by the way, when we take everything down, we'll have to take it outside and around the back of the locker room because we can't take it all through the gym because at that point they'll be doing their thing. But we may throw up a couple lights. I don't know, because these fluorescents are just horrible. They're not in, they work great for the room, but they're in weird zones, and the one we could use is possibly this one that's right above the stage just to give a little downlight. But hopefully, I mean, if we could throw up a couple stage lights, it could help minimize the amount of fluorescence we have to have on. But I mean, if I have to hop over and turn off some fluorescence when we hit the video, then I guess I'll just have to do that. But so I'll try to run power.
Rich, we want hazard. You need to tell the church we want hazard pay tomorrow. Double, half time and a half.
There you go.
1 time and a half tomorrow.
There you go.
0 times time and a half.
You got it.
So I'll try to figure out the power issue myself. And then I'm pretty sure it's going to be this layout unless Lee just hates it, which he doesn't love it, but I don't think any of the options are good, to tell you the truth. So
If everybody's gonna be entering from the side of that, like where you drew the blue line,
yeah,
what would be terrible with turning it 90 degrees with the screen facing like the back wall there with all the chairs and everything, and then that way you don't have to do any more pipe and drape because people would be entering from the back of the room anyway, so you wouldn't see. people?
Well, that was a question I had for you because the reason why I switched to this layout was because we originally had the stage being where I'm standing in that picture. And the screen, it'd be like everyone sitting in that welcome area, that square welcome area where we used to have, which is this over here, this area. And then the band would be where I was standing and the screen would be facing toward the blue.
Yeah.
So, but that creates a problem because Bo is over there trying to mix at that back door.
Just being off to the side versus
Right.
straight
So,
up.
right. So that was my question for you is if it would, I mean, would you hear enough?
We'll call it a monitor board, right?
Yeah.
Just like a stage board, right? Most of these concerts have
Right.
soundboards on stage.
How do you know that,
Yeah.
Dan?
I told you I was a roadie. I used to
There-
run sound on stage. There's a separate board. There's a separate
His-
board for the
His
stage.
monitor engineer.
Dan ran
Yeah.
monitors for something or other. I don't know,
Woodstock back in the
but
day.
Melissa told me. She spilled the
What?
beans.
I mean, I used to do like I've done like Kenny Rogers and Dave Matthews Band and
Look, yeah,
you know, I did some heavy metal stuff and tons of country and I used to work every weekend at festivals.
there you go. See, you were keeping that quiet, so we didn't give you any jobs that were too important, right?
I don't know how to do the front of the house. I never worked the front of the house.
Same concept, really.
Did monitor. Only did the stage sound. That's when they yell at you. They don't know what it sounds like up front, but they yell at you for what's in their monitor.
Yeah, because you're right there. So, anyways, so Bo, if
Yeah,
you were
either's fine. Like whatever makes it easy for everybody else. Because I mean, like I said, I'll be able to hear, being inside the room doing their sound check, and then once I mix everything for sound check and stuff, that part won't change. Like you said, I think we can do group mutes and
we could
on and off.
also do it caddy corner. You know what I'm saying? Like put it this way.
I think we should do a full setup and then take it back down and turn it to another, like change our mind once we get it all set up. There's no rework tomorrow, Brian. So it's wherever we set it up, that's where it is.
Listen, I was in favor of just showing up at the North Campus. Okay. Fill those pews up.
That's right.
Well, me and Bo are going to get there a little earlier and we'll iron out some of these setup details. So get there at 7:00 or a little bit earlier. Everything we need is going to most everything we need is probably already going to be down there at that point. We'll probably talk about it and go get these crates and maybe even go get the pipe and drape or something.
Hey, Brian,
Yeah.
when Lee and I talked this afternoon, he wasn't sure but where do you want the extra trailer? Do you want it so we can access the gym and then run everything through there?
The Amplio trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, I would bring it over to where you used to have it.
In the back?
Yeah, because aren't you guys using that hall? Isn't that where you're going to do the classrooms?
Yeah.
I don't have anything on that trailer anymore, so I don't really care. But if it was right there.
Can we get access to the back?
Can you what?
Can we get access to the back?
The locker, you mean the locker room area?
Yeah. No, I'm trying to park this trailer so we can get stuff off for And I know you don't own it, but I'm trying to figure out, right now is the plan, everything's gonna go through the old gym in order to get to the,
No,
okay,
I think you would need to, because I mean, he said we're using the classrooms on the 200 hall.
right,
So wouldn't that mean you could park the trailer not by the cafeteria glass doors, because that's what they used to do, but
right.
by that welcome area where the bathrooms are?
But that's what I'm saying. Can we get access to that area?
I think so.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
I think, Rich, you probably need to get there at 5 to probably work through that,
I'll be there.
which door you get.
Be there at 6:30.
You're like joking, man.
Okay.
I was kidding, Rich.
Oh, really?
You can be there at 7.
Okay. Let me think. Boopy doopy. Power, video, audio, snakes and stuff, projector.
Lighting, trailer, load in, load out.
Okay. So afterwards, we'll just figure out. I'll do pack up like I usually do, and like start breaking down when you guys go to family groups, and then I'll just leave everything in the cafeteria probably, and then we can all take a case each take a case over to the locker room. Cool.
Will the pipe and drape fit through the? I guess it'll fit through a normal door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to roll it over there anyway.
Yeah. You know what I didn't do though? Okay, yeah, the other stuff. See, I didn't bring the big blue case down or the other black case. Any of the cases that have to do with the pipe and drape, I wasn't sure we were going to use them. So they are still in the locker room. So those will need to be brought down too. And the ladders, I don't think, well, we may need ladders. The ladders are still in the locker room area.
You got to use those for pipe and drape.
Well, but they're only 10 feet high or 12 feet or whatever. They're pretty low. You can get on top of a chair and probably do it. But whatever you want is great. So what?
Never mind. Go ahead.
So any other questions without wrapping up exactly how we're doing the orientation? I'm not totally sure yet, but those are the two options, and we'll do it in the same format. I'll just tell you, here's the screen, go on that. And here we'll lay the carpet out. There's the stage. Then you know where to put the speakers, and we should be good to go with everything else. So are the boys coming tomorrow, Dan?
Yeah, it's boys' day tomorrow.
Cool. Nolan's going to be here too, which would be awesome. David is out, so that'll be very helpful to have Nolan here. I think, I don't know if we'll need to put up the drapes. If we do, we may just kind of gaff tape some drapes over the glass areas, but I don't think that'll be necessary. So the only big question mark is orientation and if we're going to use the lights. So any other things that you guys can think about that may?
No, we should wrap it up.
Okay, cool. Well, don't forget to set your alarms. That would be bad. So
I've even picked up my underwear already.
So I think Doug confirmed on that text message. So yeah, Doug will be there. Yeah. So we got a full team. So that'll be fabulous. So we should only have to do this 1 week, and I'm really sorry, but it'll be an adventure.
No worries. We'll rock and roll with it.
All right. We'll talk tomorrow.
Hey,
Awesome.
man.
Thanks, guys.
Pete.
See ya.
Yeah.
See ya.